There is a highway heading north from Pyongyang. It leads directly toward the DMZ. It has 4 wide lanes, yet almost no cars ever drive on it. Every few miles, massive concrete blocks hang over the road. They are held up by thin wooden pegs. They are built for a single, brutal purpose. If war breaks out, soldiers smash the pegs. Thousands of tons of concrete drop instantly. The road is completely sealed off. The guards standing next to those blocks carry rifles. Their rifles have no ammunition inside. The state does not trust them to fight. The state fears they will shoot themselves. North Korea has the 4th largest military on Earth, over 1.3 million active troops. Yet most spend 10 years holding empty guns. They freeze and starve in remote trenches. In most armies, rank brings respect and comfort. In North Korea, promotion is just a survival game. Every single level raises the stakes. Every rank increases the paranoia. And this is what happens to you at every rank. Rank 1. The Conscript. You are 17 years old. You weigh 98 pounds. Your ribs show through your skin. You stand in a drafty gymnasium. An officer checks your teeth. He looks closely at your eyes. He asks if your family ever spoke against the party. You say no instantly. You have rehearsed this your whole life. He stamps your paper with red ink. You are drafted into the Korean People's Army. Your mandatory service is 10 years. For women, it is 7. A decade of your youth is gone. You are marched to a train at night. The wooden train cars have no heat. It is minus 20 degrees outside. 50 boys sit packed together. Nobody speaks a word. If you cry, older boys beat you. The train rolls south for 3 days. You eat 1 cold rice ball a day. You arrive at camp in Chagang. The snow is 2 feet deep. They take away your civilian clothes. They give you a coarse Vinalon uniform. Your boots are 2 sizes too large. The stiff synthetic leather cracks in the cold. The skin on your heels rubs down to the bone. You get no socks. You get thin cotton rags for foot wraps. You spend weeks learning how to wrap your feet. If you do it wrong, your toes freeze and rot. Training is not about modern combat tactics. It is about complete physical endurance. It is about absolute ideological devotion. You march in formation for 8 hours. You memorize speeches for 4 hours. Misquote 1 line, and your squad starves. Dinner is watery corn soup and salted cabbage. No meat, no oil, no vitamins. By month 3, your stomach swells from hunger. You develop severe night blindness. When the sun sets, you cannot see a thing. You stumble over rocks during night drills. Instructors hit you with sticks when you fall. You learn the reality of rank 1. You are not a soldier. You are free manual labor. Your unit builds a concrete dam with bare hands. You carry heavy rocks up icy mountains. You sleep in freezing wooden barracks. Lice cover your thin blankets. Parasites fill your stomach. Most conscripts suffer from intestinal worms. You watch 2 boys die of dysentery. Their bodies are wrapped in blue plastic tarps. Nobody speaks their names again. You survive by eating anything alive. Frogs, worms, grass, and tree bark. You steal corn from local farmers at night. Catching you means a labor penal colony. Not stealing means dying of starvation. You choose to steal. Rank 2. The border guard. You are 19 years old. You survived 2 years of conscription. Your body adapted to constant hunger. Your clean background gets you a new posting. You are sent to the 27th Brigade. You guard the Yalu River facing China. This is a privileged assignment. The food here is slightly better. You get real rice twice a week. You receive a Type 68 rifle. You get 5 live rounds in a sealed pouch. The rubber seal must never be broken. Break it without orders, and you face court-martial. You stand on a cold wooden tower. Across the river lies China. At night, you look across the border. You see bright neon lights and paved roads. You see cars moving through lit cities. On your side, there is total blackness. Not a single bulb burns in your village. The contrast stays in your mind forever. Your job is not to stop invaders. Your job is to stop your own people from running. Defectors try to cross the frozen ice in winter. They wear white sheets to blend into snow. Your order is simple and absolute. Shoot on sight. Shoot a defector and you are rewarded. You get extra rations and party praise. Let a defector slip past and you go to a camp. Your family gets sent to a coal mine. The pressure crushes your mind every night. You never guard the border alone. You are paired with a partner. The political officer chose him for you. He watches your every move. You watch his every move. If he steps onto the ice, you must shoot him. If you hesitate, he will report you first. Trust does not exist here. One night you hear ice crunch below. You shine your light down. A mother and child are crawling on the ice. The child is crying softly from the cold. Your partner raises his rifle. He looks at you. He is testing what you will do. Lower your gun, and he shoots both of you. You raise your barrel. You rip open the rubber pouch. You rack the bolt. The metallic sound echoes over the ice. You make a choice that ruins your soul. You fire into the dark. The mother falls flat on the ice. The child screams. Your partner nods and writes in his book. The next morning you get extra rice. You eat it in total silence. It tastes like ashes. Rank 3. The squad leader. You are 22 years old. You are now a sergeant. You lead a squad of 10 conscripts. You wear a brass belt buckle. You have red stripes on your shoulders. To new recruits, you are absolute ruler. To officers, you are a quota manager. You must force your boys to work. If the state commands a forest cleared, you clear it. It does not matter if your men are sick. It does not matter if their boots rotted away. Fail the quota, and you are beaten publicly. So you pass the beatings down. Violence keeps the army moving. You beat recruits who march out of step. You take their meat rations for yourself. This is the brutal chain of survival. It was done to you, now you do it to them. You learn how corruption really works. The state gives your squad no real resources, so you operate like a criminal gang. You send men to pick wild ginseng in hills. You send others to steal state timber. You sell it to Chinese traders at night. You bribe the local border officers. With the cash, you buy pork fat and fuel. Be an honest leader, and your men starve. Be a corrupt leader, and your squad survives. You break the law to stay alive. Every week, you hold self-criticism meetings. Your squad sits in a cold circle. Each soldier must confess his ideological mistakes. He must admit he lacked revolutionary passion. Then, others must stand and attack him. They accuse him of capitalist laziness. You orchestrate these verbal attacks. You force them to turn against each other. If they hate each other, they cannot unite against you. Division means total control. Rank 4. The political officer. You are 26 years old. You took a different path to power. You attended the Political Officers Academy. You wear a commander's uniform. Your real boss is the guidance department. Every unit has 2 leaders, the military commander who gives combat orders, and you, the political officer. You hold the ultimate authority. The commander cannot order troops without your signature. He plans the tactics. You own his life. You carry a small black notebook. Inside, you write down every detail. What the captain said after drinking liquor. How long the lieutenant clapped for the leader. Whether an officer has family in the South. Your notes go directly to secret police. Everyone fears your presence. When you enter a room, talking stops. Officers stand up immediately. They offer you their best cigarettes. They do not respect you. They know one word from you destroys 3 generations. You read every letter going home. You monitor radio frequencies every night. You make sure no one listens to foreign stations. One evening, you catch a sergeant with a radio. He is listening to South Korean pop music. He falls to his knees instantly. He presses his head against your boots. He begs for his young wife's sake. He offers you his grandfather's gold watch. You look at the watch. You look at his shaking hands. You put the watch in your pocket. Then you call the military police. They drag him away screaming. Show mercy, and someone notes it in their book. Compassion is a death sentence. Rank 5. The Storm Corps Operator. You are 29 years old. You are no longer a starving conscript. You were picked for the 11th Sniper Brigade, the elite Storm Corps. You belong to a 200,000-man force. Your goal is total chaos inside South Korea. Your training is terrifyingly brutal. You train 14 hours a day in deep snow. You run 20 miles carrying heavy gear. You practice Kyuksul martial arts. You smash concrete slabs with your head. Thick scar tissue covers your scalp. You practice swimming across freezing rivers. You hold your weapon dry with one hand. Your rations are entirely different now. You get real meat, eggs, and rice daily. You are a peak physical weapon. You are trained to infiltrate through secret tunnels, or drop in using low-flying wooden planes, or come ashore from mini-submarines. In war, you do not fight on front lines. You dress in South Korean uniforms. You speak South Korean slang fluently. You target power grids and command posts. You carry a small cyanide capsule. It is sewn into your collar. Cornered by enemy forces, your order is clear. Bite the collar. Die instantly for the state. During a live fire drill, a grenade explodes near you. Shrapnel slices deep into your arm. You do not scream. You do not call a medic. You stitch your own flesh with fishing line. Show weakness, and you are sent back to infantry. And going back to hunger is worse than pain. Rank 6, the Colonel. You are 44 years old. You survived 27 years in uniform. You command the 42nd Infantry Regiment. You wear a fine wool uniform with gold epaulets. You live in a comfortable apartment. You drive a Soviet Jeep. You do not starve anymore. You developed a small belly. In North Korea, weight is a status symbol. You do not fight or train recruits anymore. You run a massive business enterprise. The military state budget is far too small. You must generate your own operating cash. Your regiment owns farms, factories, and mines. You force conscripts to mine gold without pay. You sell the gold to Chinese smugglers. You sell rare mushrooms to luxury hotels. You keep 30% of all cash. You use it to bribe superiors in Pyongyang. You buy them imported TVs and French cognac. As long as money flows up, you stay safe. You drink expensive liquor with party bosses. You eat fresh seafood daily. Outside your gate, peasants eat grass to live. You look out at the dark village. You feel no pity. You feel relief that you escaped that fate. But wealth brings constant paranoia. Secret police track every illegal dollar. Keep too much cash and you are branded a traitor. You watch a fellow colonel get arrested at dinner. Agents throw a black bag over his head. He is executed by anti-aircraft guns days later. You realize something terrifying. The higher your rank, the tighter your leash. Rank 7, the General. You are 61 years old. You stand on a grand balcony in Pyongyang. Below you, 100,000 troops march. Massive nuclear missiles roll past on trucks. Your chest is covered in gold medals. Some medals were inherited from your father. Decorations passed down through generations here. You sit on the Central Military Commission. You attend meetings in air-conditioned halls. You have access to Mercedes cars and foreign goods. Your children study in European schools. You reach the absolute top of the system, yet you have never been more terrified. You do not fear hunger or cold anymore. You fear the eyes of the supreme leader. You sit across a long table from him. He speaks in a soft, quiet voice. Everyone strains to hear every word. Every general holds a notebook and pen. The moment he speaks, you write frantically. It does not matter what he says. You must write down every single word. Stop writing and you lack loyalty. Fall asleep during a speech and you die. You train your hands to clap violently. When he enters, you stand and clap. You do not stop until he sits. If he claps for 10 minutes, you clap for 10 minutes. Your hands turn purple. Your palms bleed under the skin. You scan the eyes of generals around you. Everyone is watching who stops clapping first. No one dares to be the first. You realize the ultimate truth of this nation. The conscript at level 1 is a slave to hunger. The general at level 7 is a slave to fear. You return to your guarded villa at midnight. Armed guards stand outside your gate. Bulletproof glass covers your windows. You pour a glass of cognac with shaking hands. You sit in the dark house alone. You watch the red light on your ceiling camera. You know a secret police officer is listening right now. You close your eyes in silence. You remember the 17-year-old boy in the gym. He thought climbing the ranks meant freedom. You take a sip of your drink in the dark. You realize nobody ever leaves the trench.